Right, so it's now Sunday and the place is in a hell of a mess. I made a right mess last night getting it all running. So we're going to have a quick tidy up of the unit or the shed, and then we're going to get straight back onto the bike, throttle cable, exhaust system and all the good stuff, and then we'll be back to it. So here we go. I'm going to tidy up and I'll bring you back. We're going to race. Welcome to this episode of Heartbrake Garage, and it's less than a week to go to the Freetech Endurance. But before we get stuck into the video, I've just got to say some bits. Thank you very much to our sponsor, Hands On Research, specialists in the area of clinical research stuff. That's what they do. And thanks to Motorcycles of Wrexham for hooking us up with loads of parts and helping us out and sorting us out. They're mint. So in this episode we're getting down and dirty with the bike and we've got loads on, but something new has happened in the Heartbrake garage I suppose you want to call it, or household. I've got some hoodies that I'm working on. Got the 13 on the front and the logo on the back. We've also got cups. Got a vast array of cups now. I am working on these. These are the first to be produced, and you can use these cups to do such things like drink your single malt. This is an Isle of Arran single malt. You can enjoy these in your Heartbrake garage. If it don't fit, don't force it cup. Now then, I am working on a link to a shop which will probably be up next week, and I've got some things to do. So if you're interested in a cup, you can hit me up and I'll get a link sorted, or you can find me at the racetrack at Teesside at the weekend and you can get one of these. Buying one of these not only helps me out with the racing, it'll help you out because you'll have a cup to drink your whiskey in. So if it don't fit, don't force it, and on with the video. I've routed the breather system, so I'm going to have a couple of bottles in the back in that area there, one for water and one for the engine crankcase breather and stuff like that, so they're going to breathe into them and they're just going to fit in there, just some little bottles. I've put the front pipe back on, so now I'm going to put the tailpipe on, and then I'm going to have to put a bracket in the centre, because if we didn't have one last year, it fell off, broke off. We had one but then it broke off, but if your front pipe nuts come loose and your front pipe falls off, that bracket there will stop it from dragging on the floor. So it's a bit of extra weight, but I don't want it dragging on the ground really. So you can see.
There's gas now.
Hey up, it's Roy!
It's shitty shed gas.
Shitty shed gas.
Oh, look at the bitch.
Yeah, man. This is the look of the bike. We've got the aluminium radiator, the amazing super good wiring loom. We've got the PowerTech UK exhaust. We've got the Freetech shop rear seat unit. We've got the chopped up frame. We've got the battery super lightweight there. We've got the quick action throttle. We've got the YSS springs in the front shock absorbers. We've got an EBC clutch. We've got we've got the modified rear sets. We turned it into a race machine. Every episode, bit more, bit more, bit more. We've got the Nibby carburettor on there. We've got no bullshit. It's just getting there now. So what I'm going to do now is I've got this piece of pipe welded to that, and I'm going to need to bolt it to this clamp here and then attach it to the motorbike frame, so that'll be our last exhaust clamp. Then I can tighten all this up and that's the exhaust put to bed. Put some water in it and then we can run it for a bit longer and listen to what it sounds like and see what she's like when she's off choke with the Nibby carburettor, and what needs fettling and what doesn't. So that's where I'm heading, direction I'm going. Oh, and I'm going to fill it up with some of this. Found this bottle, so that'll do. So we're going to get that in there and hopefully there's no leaks. Lovely. Ooh, spilling a bit. Right then, so we're going to fill it up with water now, and then we're going to run her up to temperature and see what happens. Oh, I've got to put the fuel tank on first though. So, aside from a breather bottle and a radiator overflow bottle, the mechanics of everything is done. I need to do a little bit of tinkering with the car, but it's all running, but the carb just needs setting up properly. I might see if I can blag a few of my mates to help me with that. Right, so now I need rain light mounted, and then I need to get some bottles, I need to get my gear sets and stuff up here, and then hopefully tomorrow or Tuesday it'll be finished. Right, it's Monday night, and yesterday I spent hours, Sunday until very late at night, much to the displeasure of my Mrs. Black Hands, the wife, messing about with this bike, trying to get the Nibby Racing carb sorted, and it's not going to happen, and there's a few reasons for this. I haven't got a rolling road. I can get it close but not perfect. I don't know the stoichiometric fuel fuel ratio to know whether it's safe or not. Also, it keeps bogging low down, which I think is an inherent problem with using this type of carburetor, so that's a nightmare. Also, I just don't know whether it's safe, so we're going to go back to the carburetor, this one, the Honda one that we used last year instead of the Nibby, and then there's going to have to be much more research and development. There's issues. I've tried to retain the standard petcock valve, which is vacuum operated, but then when you blast the Nibby open, it rushes that much air and it loses vacuum, so then there's petcock issues, so I've got to resolve those and other things. It's just not going to happen, so we're going to go with the Honda carb because we know what we're working with, and then when I've got more time we're going to get the Nibby going on this, and I will make it right. There is a way to do it, but I just haven't come across it yet. So we're going to get the Honda carb on, get it all set up, change the gear ratio and get things underway, because I wasted way too much time yesterday trying to fix a fault that is going to be impossible to fix with the equipment I've got. Right, let's get to it.
That looks quick.
What?
That looks quick.
Yeah, that's what we're going to run with for this weekend.
That looks very quick.
And that's not even got the big gearing on it.
No.
Right, so after all the stress of yesterday and getting totally disheartened and almost pulling my own ears off and hair out, I have gone with the Honda carb, and the Nibby is getting shelved for this race until we can figure out how to make it operate correctly. It's all in the jetting and, and with obviously a non-vacuum operated petcock and bits and bobs, but I got the bike now working. It's better than it was last year, but it's not as good as it can be, so that's what we're going to run with for the first race. So now I've just got to put all the water cap overflow system, breather system and bits and bobs on it, and we are get the plastics on it bolted down. I've got to make a seat, I've got to make a front end, I've got to change the gearing, and I've got to change the oil, and then we can. Hey?
Rain light.
Rain light. I've got to do the rain light. Rain light needs doing, and then we can go racing. So let's do the rain light first, because that's going to be the most difficult test. Difficultest sound. If it don't fit, don't force it. Difficult. So there's chaos everywhere. Every space is full. Cody's dropping washers whilst trying to do the final bolts for the rear end, aren't you, son?
Yeah.
And it's going on. My coffee nearly fell over, so I'll put that safe.
My coffee's cold.
Cody's coffee's cold, but we have got the working rain light.
And I got the bolt through.
And Cody's got the bolt through, and the rear end's getting its final bolts put in it now. And we got no more engine issues. They're a thing of the past. It's Tuesday, so we're actually going to achieve our goals for tonight, I think, son.
Yep. Hopefully.
Top
One
banana.
can only dream. Yeah.
Hey?
One can only hope or dream.
Well, you can shit in one hand and wish in the other and see which one fills up faster. So then tomorrow we've got to put the front number board on, numbers on the back, and do the service the engine. Mint.
Me there, that.
We're deep in seat fabrication. This is what we got going on. It's a bit of grotty old kneeling mat that I found in the shed, so it owes me no money.
Looks it.
Well, I think it was out of Uncle Dewey's actually, and I think we're just going to glue it on like that.
What type of glue are we going to use?
Really sticky glue.
Gorilla glue.
Yeah, something like that. And then it'll just sit like that on there.
Mint.
Yeah, if it's not moving around.
How low can you go?
Yeah.
It's just meant to be. Look at it. Look how racy it looks now.
I'm going to taper the edges off a bit and clean these up, and then that, and this is our seat.
Look how racy the light looks now. You see my back, the exhaust. Deep in fabrication.
Yeah. You know, it's a work of art, really.
I'd say so. I want to see some of the arts these days. Some of the things people thought about. This is a masterpiece.
Sand a bit of that off later. Have to taper them in a bit.
Have a knife's edge on it.
Just like that. I'll get some adhesive tomorrow and we'll stick it down, innit?
Yeah, man.
Just like that. And then we can shape it a bit more by, you know,
Get a decent
if I bring Mum's kitchen knife,
yeah.
you know.
Or the axe.
No.
I'll probably do.
I reckon that's going to be well good.
Right. How far we can get back?
I reckon that's perfect, you know.
Yeah.
So that's what it is. Perfect. So tomorrow, I'm going to pack up now because it's going to be 9 o'clock, gone 9 by the time we get home. We'll pack up now, clear all the tools up, come back tomorrow with some spray adhesive, glue the seat down. I need to get a new helmet.
I need to get some wool.
You need some new boots. We need to, I think I'm gonna run this number board And I know it's shit, but it's just gonna go on there like that, just on the front. Job done. Happy days.
Job down.
Job down. And then we'll get some stickers on the back, and we're
Wheeling away.
We're gonna be ready, aren't we?
Yeah.
Gotta be honest, there was a few times when I was like, fuck man, we're fucked.
Yeah.
Sunday I was like...
I wouldn't be that... Don't be this happy. Don't be happy yet.
No, don't be happy yet. Be happy.
Be happy when we get there.
We get there. Happy
and the
days.
bike's running in the morning.
Yeah. And we get through scrutineering.
Yeah, be miserable until scrutineering.
Okay. Alright then. Rock and roll.
No, too much enthusiasm.
With this number board, just because I've got it and it's easy, the tank's mounted, I made the seat, I just need to glue it down to the rear section. The lights all work. On the back, rain light on the back, gearing, oil change, numbers, sponsor sticker, fucking mint. Love it. So it is now Tuesday night. I've got about 40 minutes here, and then I've got to take my daughter to her horse riding tuition. The bike's running amazing. I'm just making, I've glued this bit down, I've cut this out to fit in there, a high density foam seat arrangement. It's just basic what it'll do. It's lightweight. The bike's running great. I need to move these handlebars because now with the new seat position they're too high. So I'm going to take them down and put them underneath the top yoke, I suppose you're going to call it, there. And then that'll bring the handlebar height down so you can get more of that racy position. I need to do the gearing and whatever I need to fettle there to make it that work. Then check the brakes over and we'll be ready. So I'm hoping to have all this done tonight. Like I say, 40 minutes here, and then I've got to go with my daughter and my wife to do the horse thing, and that's about an hour and a half, and then I'll be back. But no, it's looking good. Rain light under there, it's all mounted up. Seat, you know, on Sunday I was absolutely beside myself. My brain was broken. I didn't think there was any way we were going to make it, but now I'm all positive again. So yeah, let's get it done. So I'll glue that piece on there and then sand it down a bit, and we'll have a lovely seat. So I'm not going to record me doing that because it's dead boring, but I'll bring you back once it's done so you can see what I've done. I've cut that bit out of there, out of a garden kneeling mat. So is this, and this little section here I've added, that's the anti-ball slammer technology to protect the old your family jewels. Not that mine's any good now, but you know, I've had my kids, but we don't want Cody and Fonzie to struggle in that department. So yeah, anti-ball slammer technology engaged. So we're all good there, and I think she's starting to look a lot more like a race bike now. I'm well happy with it. I'm back in the shed. It's gone 8 o'clock. I've been to my daughter's horse riding tuition, so now the seat's all glued down and solid. It's nice. So I need to now change the oil, do the rear sprocket and move the handlebars. So that's what I'm going to get on with. So I've got myself an old milk carton that I've put up, and we're going to use that to catch the oil in, and that'll be marvellous. So I'll cut the lock wire off the sump plug and we'll be away. With the oil drained, we can now replenish the oil, and this is what I'm using, 1040 T4, and with my little jug. And we're using this oil because we're proudly supported by not only Hans Clinical Research but Motorcycles of Wrexham. So if you need any motorcycle parts, you need to get over and speak to them. So now I'm just going to blast a litre of oil into it. Fresh, nice, juicy oil. So it's out with the gearing that we used at Pembury, and it's in with our short circuit go-kart track gearing that we use at Teesside, Wilton Mill and Rora. This is a 56 tooth sprocket, and we got it off our friends at Pearson Racing. Well, they're cool. So let's get that on. Wicked. So we'll check that now and put that back in, and then we'll leave it on wets for now, and then I need to swap some tyres over and get the right slicks on it, and we'll all be happy and dandy and perfect. So the rain light works. And there she is. It's Tuesday night and I'm about done. I've dropped the handlebars underneath the top yoke, remounted the front, I've put the chain and sprockets on the back, I've gone through all the brakes. I found that the rear brake pad had actually bent and wasn't sitting quite right, so that's probably why I had shit brakes, because it feels mega now. The seat's done. Got to blow the swarf off it and give it a wash, but apart from that, we're ready to rock and roll. Time is up. So oil's done as well. Right, it's about 20 past 10 at night, so I'm going to lock wire the oil cap, I'm going to lock wire the sump plug, and we're ready to go racing. I've done everything I can for you now. All that's left to do is put some stickers on it, put it in the car, get our asses up to Teesside and see what we can do. So from Heartbrake Garage to all the Freetechers, I'll see you on the tarmac.